My impression is that it's just simply a much wider spectrum of issues that's now being accepted by companies. 15 to 20 years ago, there was a focus almost solely upon the hole in the ozone layer, the CFC type issue. These days, companies are being approached to explain their activity across a much wider range of issues. For example, their supply chains, the ethical nature of their supply chain, the environmental quality of their supply chain, the labour standards employed in their supply chain. And as individuals, as consumers, as society, we're interested in issues like obesity, the obesity epidemic, which is apparently sweeping the whole world, not just America. Issues to do with censorship, issues to do with access to literacy, access to telecommunications. All these things are now challenges to companies that weren't there 15, 20 years ago. For me, probably the biggest issue is making CSR and sustainability issues a boardroom issue, and making sure that the boardroom and the investment and financial community are engaged on this simultaneously. It shouldn't be the board committed talking to a disinterested financial community. That won't get us anywhere. If you have the investment community and the board lined up facing the same direction, then you have the power to change organisations. Given that the politicians are already on side, but they perhaps lack the financing, they want some of the changes to be financed through the market mechanism, then both the most important parts of the market mechanism must be on board. For the individual inside the company, it is this question of reduce, reuse, recycle. Think before you print double-sided, recycle what you throw away. There are a lot of different ways in which individuals can work just at the housekeeping, energy reduction, waste reduction level within companies. There are other things companies can do to change their products, to take away the packaging, to the so-called dematerialization process, or to make sure that a much larger percentage of the final product is recyclable at the end of the product's life cycle. All these things are important. Some of them the individual can do, some of them only the company can do.